And I'm going to give you guys a website right now that is an absolute game changer. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is wait for a second while you guys get a pen.
Reboot, I'm cold red, my service automated, like data running through my veins.
Hello everybody, my name is Chris Thiel. I'm a local real estate agent here on the Treasure Coast of Florida. If this is your first time by, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit that bell to get notified for any future content that I post. I post new videos every week on the home buying and home selling process, as well as showcasing some amazing properties here. So what are we talking about today? Well, today I'm going to give you guys 5 tips to help the home buying process and make it a little bit smoother. So without further ado, let's get into it. Step number 1 is have fun. Yes, you heard me correctly. Have fun. So many times I hear people talk about, well, you got to get pre-approved from a lender. You got to make sure you look at your credit score. You got to make sure you do this. You got to make sure you do that. And it's all, oh. Now, yes, don't get me wrong. All those things are extremely important, and we will definitely talk about those things as they go on. But the first step is you have to make sure to have fun. You have to understand something. The average person moves homes once every 7 years. So it's not something that you do very often. So instead of making it like a stressful thing, make it a fun thing. You remember that feeling that you get, on New Year's Eve?
Oh, that was one crazy party. I am hungover.
No, not that feeling. But that feeling that you get on New Year's Eve when it's like a new year, a new beginning, a fresh start. Whether the year prior was amazing or whether it was one to forget, that new year of changing lives, changing steps into your life and building the next portion of your life. That's exactly what this home buying process should be. It should be fun. It's a new stage in your life. It's something exciting that's happening. So make sure that you have fun when you go through this process. Step 2, now I want you guys to sit down. I want you guys to do a little bit of work. Before you do any research, before you do anything else like that, what I want you to do is make a list of 3 to 5 things that you must have in a home. And almost more important than that is make a list of 3 to 5 things that you do not want to have in a house. Maybe you have to have 4 bedrooms. Maybe you have to have a pool. Maybe you have to live in a gated community. On the flip side of the coin, maybe you do not want to have a 2-story house. Maybe you do not want to have a pool. So all of these different things, when you list out these options, when you do your research portion, you can list out and narrow a pool of homes from about like this to about like this, just by making a list of these 3 to 5 things that you must have or must not have. Now, if you're a couple or you're buying it with somebody else, what I strongly suggest is go separately. Do not do it together. Go separately. You're 2 separate individuals that are going to have your own wants and needs. Once that's done, then you go ahead and get together, and you might be surprised in some of the lists that you have, what you guys are similar with and what you guys aren't similar with. Step number 3 is now we're going to start doing a little bit of research, and I'm going to give you guys a website right now that is an absolute game changer. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is wait for a second while you guys get a pen. You ready? Okay, write this website down. It's GOOGLE. Google. But all kidding aside, Google is a great resource, obviously, to go ahead and find out different aspects about the place that you're living. If you're relocating out of state, get on the local Chamber of Commerce. Get on the property appraiser's website. Get on the tax collector's website. Typically on all these different websites, they have a relocation guide that kind of gives you an idea of what amenities are there in the actual communities, or what communities are available, period, as well as kind of give you an idea of some of the costs of taxes and so forth if you're changing state. If you're staying in state but you're just moving to a different community, get on Facebook, get on some local moms groups, get on some local groups, and just start asking questions. And you will be very, very pleased and surprised at how many people are willing to share the positive things about the communities that you're looking at or the negative things that you're looking at. So research is one of the most important things to do, because statistics show that people research about 6 months to a year before they actually buy a house. And I'll give you a quick story. When my wife and I relocated out here to Stuart, Florida, we lived in Denver, Colorado. And we literally researched for almost 13 months of the entire state of Florida. When I say the entire state, I mean all the way from the Panhandle down to Key West. So we researched everything, and we kept coming back to Martin County, and we did exactly what I'm telling you guys to do. We got on local forums. We looked at the property appraiser's website. We looked at different city data to find out demographics, school systems, all these different things. We researched this before we made the final decision. So step 3 is research. Now, leading into step 4 will help with step 3. So step 3 was research. Step 4 is contact a local real estate agent. Now, yes, I know I'm biased. I work in the industry. This is how I make a living. But I also know that I'm in the trenches every single day out in the world in this real estate realm. So when I have clients that are coming to me that they want to purchase something, I can give them an awful lot of information about certain things that I know. Maybe there's a new store that's getting ready to come up, or a new community that I know that's getting to come up. The point is that when you speak to a local real estate agent, they're there in the trenches on a day in, day out basis, and they can kind of lead you in the directions. Once you tell them what you want, they can lead you in the direction that you're looking for based upon the experience that they have, because they're in this world constantly. So step 4, make sure you talk to a real estate agent. Now, step number 5 is now is when we want to start to talk to a bank. Now is when we want to look at either the bank that you currently have, or speak to your real estate agent that they can give you some recommendations of some of the lenders that they use. This is where now we're going to start getting serious about exactly what we can afford. It's one thing to look online and look at this house that's $500,000 that you absolutely love and you want it, but then if you go to the bank and they say, well, you can only afford $350,000, that can be kind of a negative, obviously, to your mindset. So once we do the research, we kind of narrow it down to the neighborhood and we kind of look at all this stuff. Now is when kind of the rubber meets the road. Now is when we talk to a lender, we talk to a bank, and we say, here's our credit score, here's what we have for down payment, here's all the information that we have here. They run your credit, they do all those different aspects of it there, and they give you an actual pre-qualification letter to let you know exactly what you can afford. So that way, when you go out with the real estate agent, you can look within the parameters of what you can actually afford. So there you have it, 5 quick tips on the process of buying a home. Now, there's a lot more that goes into this, and in future videos, I will go ahead and dissect each one of these steps down even further. But do me a favor, if you like this video, if you got something out of it, please hit that subscribe button, and then there's that little bell. Hit that bell, that way you get notified of any future content that I put out. I put new videos out every single week all about the real estate industry, so I cannot thank you guys enough for watching. Thank you so much.
Reboot, I'm cold red, my service automated, like data running through my veins.